Hello, hello, you guys. How are you doing? It's a full moon tonight. I thought I would say a little hello. I'm going to go ahead and share this really quickly. A lot of times people don't see that I am live unless I share it. It's nonsense, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Now they've got it all wonky. Okay, there it is, so I can share it. Okay, let me go ahead as me and share it. Public as me. And now I will open this up so I can see if you guys comment. So, hello, we are live. It has been a while since I've done a live here. I've only done one live since I came back from my little Zen break where I was gone for Lent. You know, it is complex, right? To go away and kind of just walk away from everything, but I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to walk away in order to kind of clarify some things. And I didn't realize it at the time, what the world was about to move into, right? But yeah, we were about to move into a complete storm here. And so, as I shifted, I started to find myself redirected. You know, I started to find myself where are we at? Where are we going? What are we doing? And how can I help? Now, I think that a lot of times we don't get that we can help. I think that a lot of us are finding our voices and finding our paths and realizing that help is a variety of different things. Help isn't just about, being the loudest, being the strongest, being the person that, gets everything. It's not about education. It's not about money. It's all about heart. One of my good friends from Utah has been getting a lot of recognition, and it's because he stepped out there in love, okay? He stepped out there in the heart, and he's working from the heart, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's about that heart, which I think is very important for us to understand. So, I don't know what kind of messages anyone needs or are looking for. I'm not seeing any questions. I don't even know. It's been so long since I've done a live. I don't even know if Facebook is going to tell anyone that I am, live. They're like, oh, she dead somewhere, It's yeah. Something like that. I'll go ahead and start this also as a watch party. See if that helps. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if people are going to get that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just start channeling, because if there's no one here, I can channel away. So, it's important to remember that you are not just a number, okay? And I mean this in a variety of ways. Because since the beginning of time, there is this energy of us being classified as humans as numbers, okay, in a variety of ways. And we still are allowing numbers to be the game, okay? So how many numbers are in your bank account? How many numbers of customers do you have? What is the number on your pants? What is the number on the scale? What is the number of actionable items XYZ? What's the number on your jersey? What's the jersey that you're wearing? What's the number? But numbers also have been both a contribution and a downfall, okay? So numbers are used to classify change, to classify targeting someone for sell, okay? To classify how many dead, okay? To classify how many recovered, how many survived. There's so many things that we attribute numbers to. And perhaps we need to turn this, as well as so many other things, over to the higher power, okay? Because it's hard to understand what you're choosing when you're not choosing with an awareness, okay? It's hard to understand what you're choosing when what you're choosing can be so many different meanings. You know, Spirit is saying here that there are so many different timelines, okay? And that you may be thinking, all right, in this timeline that, hey Jamie, that today is the 5th, okay? It is June 5th, 2020. But what does June 5th, 2020 really mean? And what does it mean in different timelines? And what does it mean in different dimensions? And what does it mean in terms of your receiving? What does it mean in terms of actual spirit and awareness and higher energy? Because we put it down as being a date, okay? A date. For a lot of people, it's the day of the full moon. So it's a date. We quantify it. We give it this is a name for you, just like you have a name. I'm Barbara, right? I have a name. We name it. And by what we name it, we create it. But what if what we're creating has a higher vibration that we're not actually allowing ourselves to invite in to create something different? So, Spirit's rambling today. So, Spirit is saying, okay, so what if you could receive something else from numbers? So one of the things that I did one day was that I sat down, and this was, over the last couple of months, I sat down and I took some dice that I owned, and I did this sort of quantifying thing of channeling. What do the numbers on the dice mean? So, I can pull a dice here, all right, and I can say, okay, what's going on in the universe? Okay, I get materialism, okay, addiction. There's a lack of joy and playfulness that we are in need of today. This is a time when there's many options. This is a time when there are many choices. So the choice that you are bringing forward into reality right now, you already know what it is that you want. For those of you that are not choosing it, you are not choosing it because of what is required of you to choose that. You're not choosing it because of what is being asked of you to choose that. You're not choosing it because it is the harder path. You're not choosing it because you are afraid to receive. You're not choosing what you desire, which means that you are not being who you are meant to be. But if you looked at this dice, okay, and you're like, oh, that's a 7. It's a 7. But I just gave it more meaning, okay? Everything in your life, you can give more meaning to it. You can have a bit greater awareness to it. You can receive more from opening up to it, okay? I've been talking about, the nodal bind. We're in the slide from station, okay, Venus retrograde, moving out, and Mercury retrograde is moving in. And people are like, oh, those effing retrogrades, oh my gosh. Guess what? It's because of this retrograde moving in that the nodal bind and all the chaos moved out. So how about if we all, instead of saying, what's the next horrible thing that's going to happen in 2020, why don't we now say, oh, thank God there's a Mercury retrograde coming, okay? Because what is the beginning of what is coming to us? Okay, so it's a period of recentering. We have this new recentering that's coming, this time for reconciliation, okay? We're going to be getting back in connection with people that we love. We're going to have this opportunity to recenter our lives and our love and what is our priorities. How much more of a blessing can you get from 2020? Are you aware of the blessing that's coming your way because of what you've been through by living in this? Or are you just kick back, shock back, hit back, angry at everything that 2020 has thrown at us so far? We are getting centered on priorities, okay? People matter. Lives matter. Black lives that have been in danger matter. Okay, yes, all lives matter, but all lives are not always in danger. I think that as women are often targets, okay? And we have to remember that, there is a place that this, we've had to start creating this centering last year with the Me Too movement, coming into awareness, okay, that women were not being treated in the way that women should be treated, okay? We really need to get this awareness that people are not being treated the way that people should be treated. We are going into a period of reconciliation and recentering, all because of what 2020 has offered us. Okay, and this is about personal. This is a 9. 9s are about personal development. This is about you getting into the truth of you. Okay, getting into the awareness and the awakeness, the awakened state of you. And so many people don't get that. So many people don't understand where we are moving to. Okay, so many people are just like, this is the worst, this is so awful, we're never going to, what's next? What's next? Something beautiful can happen. When we've hit the rock bottom and we tune into ourselves, something very beautiful can happen. Okay? So I'm getting a message that somebody's asking, so there's somebody that's passed, their name is Jackson, okay, I don't know who this is for, but they are saying, it's funny, they're like, babes, they're saying the traction that we are getting right now in the ascension of society is going to be a bigger contribution than anyone could ever have imagined. I see this person, they worked with plaster. I don't know if they were an artist or a construction worker. And I'm feeling like it could have been like a car crash. Because I'm feeling like some shards of glass. And they're saying, my greatest contribution was not in life. My greatest contribution has been from this other side, working through divine people that are trying to create a higher humanity to help protect them, to contribute to them, and to move them into the places where they can be aligned to create these messages and to guide humanity to a higher space, into this new earth. He's saying that there's things about the trace elements that we don't understand yet, that we are moving into. And that we're going to find out some really interesting things about that here in the near future. It's funny, he's singing Now Papa Don't Preach, like Madonna. So Jackson was very funny. I'm digging Jackson's energy. So it's important to know we don't know what's coming, okay? But we are creators of thought. And things that are coming because of the energy that we are, well, it's going to be, amazing. And we can't imagine the power of our thought. And that's why it's important to be aware that when, especially here as a nation, okay, not just even considering as a globe, as a nation, when we are sitting here and we are saying that the worst is yet to come, what are we creating? What do you want? Do you want, the Yellowstone to blow up or something? What do you want to create? So I feel like we create what we desire. So why don't we desire what we truly desire in our hearts? Why don't we create in our hearts peace? Why don't we create in our hearts love? Why don't we create in our hearts a contribution and a beautiful state of being that we may not even realize can exist yet? What message needs to come through? Yeah, exactly. So, okay, the lower world. Are you working in a low vibration, or are you working in contribution with the earth, journeying to eliminate some of this low vibrational energy and clear the earth? I feel like there's a lot of things that we don't understand, okay? And when we get pulled to do work like this, when you get pulled to do work within the lower realms, okay, and you feel that pull down to this deep negative energy, there are two ways you can go about it. You can allow yourself to move into this energy of sadness and despair, okay? You can block out the people that you love. You can allow it to take over you. Or you can let it kind of integrate a little bit, figure out where it's going, what it's doing, and then say, okay, how can I clear this? What's being asked of me? What's being asked to, to change in life? Because by changing in life, you are changing creation. And that's a lot of what that lower journeying is about, is changing creation, which changes the journey for everyone. So, let's see if there's any comments here. Ta-da. No. Okay. So, I also pulled here the sacrifice. So, and this is a 44, okay? 44 to me is a high resonating angel number. There are people that are here that they choose to sacrifice themselves for the betterment of humanity. There are people here who want you to sacrifice yourself just because it's for the betterment of them. You need to learn to not get drugged down into, like as I'm looking at this card more and more, you need to learn not to get drugged down into the violence, okay? This is dark violence here. You need to rise up like the phoenix, okay? Rise up like the phoenix into a healing heart energy. That's not saying that you can't be mad about things that might be going on. I'm going to put these on my little buffalo rock. You can be mad about things that are going on, But don't allow yourself to be drugged down into it. Don't allow yourself to be in this energy where you can't contribute. Okay? Don't allow someone else's sacrifice to make the human race better, to make this globe that we live on better. Don't make it something that is done in vain by disregarding that sacrifice and turning it into a violent, low vibrational energy. Love is not a low vibrational energy. Hate is. Hate's a horrible low vibrational energy. Love is the highest energy. Before you make a decision to do something, whether that is, to march, to protest, whatever, ask yourself, how can I do this? How can I raise my voice? How can I raise my vibration and contribute in this with love? Because that's the only real way that you're going to have to make a big impact and difference. If all we do is shout and yell and break things, none of that lasts longer than, a few weeks. Because here in Seattle, every single year we have May Day riots. And the May Day riots do nothing to change people's attitudes about poverty and the big reality shift that needs to happen here in the Pacific Northwest. But you know what? What we do remember is, May Day's coming. Don't go downtown. And that all the stores are going to be, boarded up. That's what we remember. That is what the yelling and the anger and the violence, that's what it does. When we come together in a higher vibration and we hone that energy and we work together for change, we will see change. And that's what we have to do. And I'm being told, yes, prayers matter, but there's a difference between saying you're in my prayers or, they're in my prayers, and actually setting an intention in your prayer. So I know that's hard for people to get because we say things, okay? We get in a habit of saying, you're welcome. Oh, thank you. You're in my prayers. And we just move on from things. But you're in my prayers without the intention behind it contributes nothing. So we have to start working with intention, okay? Higher power, higher self, intention. Physical being living in this reality, mostly ego. Ego needs to work with intention to create change. So, yeah. When you are looking for victory, okay? When you're looking for victory here, it isn't just about being the loudest person at the top of the mountain, okay? It is about the message that you are sending out and the spirit, as any musician can tell you, okay? It is the spirit of what you're giving to the music. You can have someone who will practice 24/7 all day long that maybe isn't the quality and caliber of musician of somebody who just comes in, here and there because of their spirit, because of their message, because of their passion, because of that intention. And it's coming up again, sacrifice. That is a huge message that's coming through. So this person, they're walking through the water, okay, carrying this, almost like carrying the rainbow. Okay, they are carrying the rainbow, joy, happiness, balance back to their people. You can't do that with low-hanging energies. When you work on your crown chakra, when you open up to the downloads, open up to the energies that are coming forth, you will learn to be able to trudge through things like we have gone through in this year without allowing it to completely drag you down and without allowing it to cloud your vision on what is important, what is essential, and what we can and cannot sacrifice. There are things that we can let the river take away. There are things that we lose humanity if we allow them to not be carried above the flood. Okay? I know, see, a lot of people feel just trapped. They're trapped in the fear of it all. They don't know how to bring up this higher vibration. You can just do as simple as meditation or prayer. It doesn't have to be this, it doesn't have to be this energy that we try to make it out to be. It doesn't have to be this hardship, okay? We think we have to do all in. No, we don't. Just set the intention. Okay, set the intention, then say that prayer. Set the intention, then, do your meditation. Set the intention, and then add people to your thoughts and prayers. Because prosperity begins when we come together as a people. Okay, when we come together as a people, that we release that fear, that is when this abundance for all of us is going to come forward and move in. It's important for us to understand that. It's important for us to see that life means so much more when we actually call ourselves up to the higher power of life. Little babies get the higher power of life, I think. A lot of small children, they get it. We grow up, we get into the fear, we freak out, we forget it. We, allow our awareness to scare the crap out of ourselves. And we run. We run from our greatness. We run and we trap ourselves in fear. That's not helpful to us. That is not helpful at all to where we're going. And what we need now, what's coming up here with this 6, cooperation and harmony, okay? Need the universe say anything more, right? Cooperation and harmony? Duh. Of course that's what we need. But no, we're not pulling ourselves into that energy, are we? No, because we all want a pat on the back. With the honoring path, we all want a pat on the back. We all want our moment of shining. When it's not about the one, okay? It's about the many. Yeah, they're telling me here, right? Transformation. This is about transformation. Okay? Transformation. It's in a conflict number that's about our security and our instability. Okay? So, as you're transforming, as you're crossing this bridge, it's important to understand that you have the power. Okay? You have the power of your own transformation. You cannot let someone else take that power away from you. It's about you knowing your worth, knowing your strength, knowing your value, knowing what you can contribute, knowing what you will not sacrifice, putting the intention in, and going forward. All very important messages here. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I think that, you know, there's a lot of things to think about here. I'd love to have your comments below after you've listened to it all. Tell me what this brings up in you. How does it make you feel? Okay? And maybe next time Facebook will let more people know that I'm on here, since I took like a major break. But I needed it. And I'm still kind of breakish. I think you guys have noticed. I'm still not on as much. And that's because there's a dark energy on social media, and I don't want it in my life. Okay? So, love you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you next time. All right? Bye.